Alright, hello and welcome to Camel Finance. I'm your boy Camel, and a friendly reminder that today is a great day to take your Bitcoin or crypto off of exchanges. It's also a great day to subscribe to the channel, so go ahead and do that, and let's get into this. So millions are being warned of power cuts this winter, so we can all look forward to that. If you haven't seen the video I've got preparing for this sort of thing, then I'll leave a link in the description for that. Make sure you go and watch that. It's called You Are Not Ready, and it will tell you everything you need to know about how to get ready for what is coming. Meanwhile, Ryoshi, the founder of Shiba Inu, has deleted his entire tweet history. Ryoshi likely is also the creator of something called Cult DAO, so whether you've heard of that or not doesn't really matter. But are we about to see a rug pull? Are we about to see some madness occur? I don't know, but I'll keep updated on this as and when I see something. There's this token called RVLT, Revolt I think that stands for, don't quote me on that, which is an airdrop of the Cult DAO token, and that's like due any day now. I think the snapshot for that was on the 20th, I believe. So I don't know, are we about to see some crashing and burning of maybe Shiba or Cult DAO? I don't know, but like I said, we'll update on that as and when. I saw this and I just couldn't help but laugh. So much for that Binance dump, Luna holding surprisingly strong. Why am I laughing at this? I'm just laughing at why are people still trying to make money on Luna? If you want to gamble, just go to your local casino and put it all on red or black, and you'll get a result much faster. So you don't have to wait days to weeks to try to swing trade some crazy token like this. You can just go to the casino and get it done in 30 seconds. Terra has confirmed some of its users have received less Luna than expected in the airdrop, and they're working on a solution. So obviously what's so special about this is they don't just rug pull you once, they then lure you back in, reload it, and rug pull you over and over again. Kind of crazy. Satire aside, billionaire Tim Draper predicts that Bitcoin will reach 250k by the end of this year or early next year. This here from Root will line up with what Tim is saying, I think, because it's rare to see a spike in realized loss like this, like we've got at the moment. So often these coincide at or close to bottoms. So does that mean we are at or close to a bottom for Bitcoin? Quite possibly. Or bullish look here from TechDev. He thinks that this might just be an intermediate correction before making a big extension up to a primary bear market. What will be a primary bear market? So are we gonna, the top for this would be roughly 300k, I guess, coming in roughly the end of the year. So I don't know, we'll see. And just a reminder before we get into the charts, there is no next Bitcoin. This is from Hal Finney. Any successful replacement of Bitcoin blockchain will forever undermine the credibility of any successor. How is an investor to know that it won't happen again? Rebooting now may benefit a few thousand early adopters, but what happens when hundreds of millions use Bitcoin too? They'll be just as jealous and envious of you as the others are. Given the precedent you want to set, how will you argue against yet another reboot? The dollar has had a good move down. It's not bouncing yet, but let's be honest. It's probably due a bounce. I could see, and I've said before, it's been quite consistent with this, I could see a bounce to make a lower high or even a double top, even a slightly higher high. But I think the top for this dollar is going to come, it's going to be timed with a Fed pivot. This is what I think, this is my thinking. We're going to get some sort of bounce out of here. We're going to see a Fed pivot or a Fed pause hike in rates, something like that, and that is going to catalyze the actual collapse of the dollar. So I do think we are about to break this enormous uptrend, but I also think that we have got a little bit more time yet before we can actually see this truly break down. If you've been watching the channel, then you would have seen me line this trade up and execute it so far. Just got to hang on for now. We know we're going to run into overhead resistance here, and hopefully we can make it all the way up to this top blue line. I don't actually foresee this breaking this top line yet. I think that we're probably going to get a couple of weeks of rally, and then it's going to roll over. That's what I think, into a weekly cycle low, which will come much later. So, but for now, not really much I can do. Long and strong. We will wait to see how we interact with this overhead resistance, and we'll let the stop loss do the worrying for now. Gold is back inside of this wedge structure, so I'm okay with that. It is not looking super strong, but I'm okay with it all the while it's in here. Any action that happens inside of this wedge, I'm happy with. We've got to be open to the fact that it could break down, it could lose this level, this blue line here. Got to be open to the fact it could lose that, and like I've said a bunch of times before in this channel, I don't want to see it spend too much time here because that opens up like a big dip down, and I absolutely most certainly do not want to see gold lose this level. For gold to lose this level, it tells me that the bull market is completely cancelled for gold. So that's getting a little ahead of ourselves. For now we're inside of this, so that's fine, and I'm hoping that we can break this blue trend line at some point in the coming weeks, but I'll continue to update on this. Silver, if you've been watching the channel, I still have a position in silver. Silver again looks a little bit rounding, doesn't it? It doesn't look super strong, but no reason to go exit in this trade just yet. Marginally in profit, got a full position, so just let the stop do the worrying again, and of course hoping we can make it up here. And finally Bitcoin. Let's take a good look at Bitcoin. Moving up, are we doing something like this sideways fractal? Is that what we're doing? Certainly looks like we might be. Are we going to maybe have a fake breakout here in the coming days? Is that what's on the cards? Are we going to have a real breakout? Nobody really knows, to be honest, but I think what is likely is that we're going to have some sort of relief bounce. 37 and 40 and 45-ish, I think, being areas to target for a relief bounce. But then I think we're going to have to roll over and form this 60-day cycle low. So, but the good news here is zooming out a bit. I'm just going to put this back here for a second. Zooming out a bit, we are likely, we're getting really, really close now to the 4-year cycle low, which is due somewhere in this neighborhood. And so I think that whatever happens, whether we bounce and then roll over, whether we grind sideways, whether we start to break down, we can expect a low to come within the next few months. And I really think this is going to catalyze an enormous bull run into next year for Bitcoin. So I'll continue to update on this. Not a whole lot to say really about the immediate chart for Bitcoin. I've become interested in adding short-term trading positions on a break of this trend line, but we have to be open to this sort of fake out. So I won't just be jumping in here blind. I'll be taking my time, waiting for daily closes, tight stops, all of that sort of thing. So if you want to see how I deal with that in real time, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure to turn notifications on. They are pretty wild these days, aren't they? But I think we're getting through it at the moment. And of course, it all really comes down to when the Fed decides to have its little pivot so that it can pump everything up before the elections in November. So we know it's coming. It's a matter of when, not if. And like I said, we'll continue to update as and when. So make sure you're subscribed. Follow us on Twitter. And I hope you found value here today. In the meantime, I'm your boy Camel. I wish you all the best. Take care out there. Cheers.